Super exciting. This channel has finally reached a milestone, 15 viewers. And I want to thank you all. I want to thank my wife. I want to thank my mistress. And it's an emotional moment for me. Sorry. 15 whole viewers. I just can't hold back the tears. Okay. All right, let's get to the consumer finance website. Okay, I've logged into the complaints portal. You can see here my complaint number. It was submitted December 30th, 2020. And let's go over my complaint. I spoke to Stephanie, who said she was a supervisor at Experience Kaizen Group. I wanted a reinvestigation of 4 hard inquiries. She refused based on company policy. Company policy cannot override US law, which states if the completeness or accuracy of an item of information contained in a consumer's file at a consumer's reporting agency is disputed by the consumer and the consumer notifies the agency directly or indirectly through a reseller of such a dispute, the agency shall, free of charge, conduct a reasonable reinvestigation to determine whether the disputed information is inaccurate and record the current status of the disputed information or delete the item from the file in accordance with the paragraph. US Code 15, Section 1681. Experian refused on multiple occasions to reinvestigate 4 hard inquiries, stating that their company policy is different for hard inquiries versus other items on the report. This contradicts US law. The law says any item can be reinvestigated, and Experian refused, and I was given the first name and the group name above. Okay, now here's the company's response. Thank you for submitting a complaint. We reviewed and considered the information, and we'd like the inquiry. Oh, you'd like the inquiries removed. A personal credit report by law must list all the parties that have requested a consumer's credit history. According to the FCRA, credit grantors with a permissible purpose. I told them the purpose was not permissible. But you see what they did here. May inquire about credit information. Federal Credit Reporting Act outlines permissible purposes of the consumer reports. The inquiries shown on a credit report are a factual record. They always say that. They say factual record of the companies who have accessed and reviewed a consumer's profile. They are logged on the report when in fact an inquiry was made. A record of this inquiry pursuant to the federal law must remain a part of the record. Please note that Experian does not receive a copy. Therefore, we must respectfully deny your request to remove the inquiry at this time. Now, I'm allowed to give feedback. I wrote, this is 1481I, Section G. If the completeness or accuracy of any item of information contained in a consumer's file, okay, the file, not the section in the file, not just the trade lines, but anything within the file, okay, is disputed by the consumer and the consumer notifies the agency directly or indirectly through a reseller. What I wrote above, okay? This is US Code 15, Section 1681. The company references a section of law that does not pertain to my request to delete hard inquiries. I have told the company that these inquiries were not permissible. The company continues to violate US Code 15, Section 1681, as the data furnished was both inaccurate and not permissible. Now, this is interesting. What happens now? The complaint process is complete, and your complaint is now closed. Thank you very much, US government. Let's see what else. Your feedback and feedback from others helps us understand how companies are addressing concerns. Okay, do you have any enforcement action? Do you want to advocate for something that's very simple? It's any inaccuracies in the report. I showed you inaccuracies. They were not permissible. The company came back and said, these are statements of fact, and we're not going to remove them. If they're not permissible, and I'm asking for a dispute, and I'm asking for a reinvestigation, then it's my right, and according to the law, they need to be reinvestigated. We appreciate your participation. The CFPB has closed your complaint. Here's a fun one, okay? Watch this. I have sent 2 certified USPS letters to Experian to remove these non-permissible inquiries on my credit report, and Experian has failed to take action. And I list the inquiries which were not permissible. Okay. We've sent your complaint to the company, and we will let you know when they respond. This response will be 15 days, maybe 60 days. Authorization needed. Oh, so the company didn't want to respond. They decided to, put a little roadblock there. The company needs authorization from you to proceed with your complaint. We reviewed the complaint you submitted and we sent it to the company. The company has let us know that it needs authorization from you. So after I called the company, spent a couple hours on the phone, they don't want to do anything, send a couple letters, they don't want to do anything. Now the company is saying, well, you've got to prove to me that you're you. Okay, I'll spend a couple more hours on the phone. Now, watch this. So what everyone loves to do is tell you to call, tell you to write the other guy. And when you do call and write the other guy, you know what happens. They tell you to call and write the other guy. So here, I'm attempting to remove an address from my personal information. You would think it's simple. Hey, I'll show you my current address, which is on my driver's license, okay? That's my current address. It's not so simple, and the CFPB is not going to help you. Now let's take a look what happened. Apparently, US Bank is reporting that I lived at a certain address. Well, I called US Bank, and they said, no, they're not reporting that at all. So, what did I do? Go back to the CFPB. They're going to take 15 to 60 days. Well, they came back, and here's a very interesting line. One or more sources of information reported the address you questioned, and it's a part of your credit history. But we are in the process of forwarding you a copy of your credit report. Good luck with that. How are you going to forward me a copy of my credit report when the whole point is my address is appearing wrong? You're forwarding a copy to an address that's incorrect that I will never receive. This is the last one I'm going to share with you, and it's absolutely hilarious. Okay, I spoke by phone with Experian and I asked for a reinvestigation, the same, issue with the hard inquiries, which were not permissible. And let me see, I spoke to Brenda. She's from Team Integrity, just like the presidential election, integrity. That Experian will not do a reinvestigation of unauthorized hard pull inquiries on my credit report. I then asked to be transferred to a supervisor. Thank you. What's his name? His name is Chris. After asking Chris to repeat his team name, he hung up on me. Oh, that's so sweet of Chris. Hey, Chris, can I talk to a supervisor? Click. Oh, thanks, Chris. I'm going to eat these donuts. All right, so let's see what happened here. Now, this is hilarious, okay? Here's the company's response to me saying that one of their team members hung up on me. So I talked to Brenda, and then I talked to Chris, and then Chris hung up on me, right? Here's the company's response. We're just going to put a whole bunch of words that don't mean anything from a template. Then, here you go, we're going to put some more words not addressing your issue from a template. Then, how about we just continue putting some words over here? Oh, where's that from? That's from a template. Oh, do you have some more words that you want to share with me? You said absolutely nothing. My feedback. Did they address my issue? No. Here you go. Here's what I wrote. Company did not address the issue at all. It was just automated. That's right. That's so sad. And by the way, the CFPB has closed your complaint. Good night, everybody.